It's the last batch. 5 Gs. Take it or leave it.
There'll be a second show when they put the next batch through.
Quite a batch of strays.
You're dead. You don't get this batch of product out of my
The first batch.
Yes, he stole a batch of my booze and he drank
Need
it.
to. Dipshits blew themselves up
I just
mixing.
got a batch from Be With Me, DC Doc's batch.
What about blood?
Bætch I ever put in the oven turned out better than any this imitation of a cook ever made.
Did you say this batch of polyjuice would last, Hermione?
I helped you fix it last time. We got it back to butter batch.
What do you say about a whole batch of fish y'all are selling?
It's the last batch. 5 Gs. Take it or leave it.
They'll be old hay. Simmer down, boys. Simmer down. There'll be a second show when they put the next batch through.
Quite a batch of strays.
I'll say a prayer for you. You know.
Walt, there's been a screw up.
You're dead. You don't get this batch of product out of my head.
Here. It's the first batch. Just got made.
Maybe he's dead, I don't know. Where? In Salinas, he stole a batch of my booze and he drank it.
Does this bougie make poison?
Not if you drink it, smart.
You arrest the guys that did it?
Didn't need to. Dipshits blew themselves up mixing a batch.
Good.
Attaboy.
I just got a batch from Be With Me, DC.com.
Oh no! Anything good?
I don't know.
So what's giving me some concern are these inconsistencies in this last batch
What
of
about
tests.
blood?
Blood work is virtually normal, but if we're going to be...
For 50 years before I come to this place. And the first batch I ever put in the oven turned out better than any this imitation of a cook ever made.
Papadopoulos.
Yes, sir, ma'am.
How long did you say this batch of polyjuice would last, Hermione?
I didn't.
You messed up your hair coloring again. I helped you fix it last time. We got it back to butter batch. It was real pretty, remember?
Doing a job and I got in the way. What do you say about a whole batch of fish y'all are selling? 40 covered?
Oh, indeed.
First thing you know, he'd be thinking about getting himself a batch of new clothes.
Why, we'd have them tailor-made. You don't ever ask yourself what the hell's it all about? Another school, another batch of kids. Sweet kids.
First name basis. There's a roster to fill out and a batch of postcards to mail back to Harvard to track the process. Will it work? We don't know.
May 23rd. My first batch of subjects arrived today. And I have to admit that I'm very excited.
My first batch of cyber soldiers. With everything.
There's going to be a full moon tonight. Oh, and tell her I've got a new batch of Rudy Valley records. That's good thing.
Hey, I wondered when you noticed. She came in the last batch from San Francisco along with those grapes. Kind of held out to today because I didn't know we were big enough to handle her on the...
Oh. I've been piecing together this batch of new intercepts. And a frightening picture is taking shape.
All our ammunition is guaranteed. This latest batch was in fact personally blessed by the Archbishop of Detroit.
That is not until we found somebody from the other side willing to sell us batches of this shit.
Science comes first, but business comes a close fucking second.
Then you realize.
Look what I got. They had it at the store, Paul. There was a whole batch of them there. And as soon as I saw it, I slammed my money down. I got the first...
Wake him up when it's time to open the gates for the judge, Jimmy.
Well, come on. I'll make you a big batch of biscuits.
Hey, Troy, St. Peter got your name in his.
Of LSD. He took a disliking to them and cooked them up a special batch. And they have never been right in their head.
Sorry, Pop. It'll probably come up in the next batch, Pop.
You act as if I wanted to.
Did enemy traffic from the weekend. So if the false information is among the batches sent from London, we shall know for sure.
If you are
On your hands. Now, you listen to me, Starhouse. I think it's best you go back right away with the next batch of wounded and prisoners. It is no goddamn good for you to keep it.
I've got a better batch. Stronger, fresh, uncut.
Shouldn't you be downstairs?
I'm tracking vaccine batch numbers.
This is what you have to be doing right this minute.
This is...
Excuse me, Doctor. Do you have the figures for the latest batch of radiation tests?
No?
No.
Got a batch of personals. Dispatching them to your laptops now.
Well, Padre, I don't want to keep you up all night, so I'll just fill you in on the latest batch. These here hands of mine, they got blood all over them.
Installed it.
Don't eat that. Don't eat that. Seriously, it's bad. We'll have to throw the first couple batches out. The filter.
What about crushed?
It's a really good batch, so hope you like France. You should have some.
Hang on. What would you like,
Can I
son?
buy a bag of burgers from you?
3. And I feel bad, so I fire up the grill and I make him a batch.
There you are.
There, damn it. I want your name, badge number, and the name of every other boy in your group. You have the right to remain silent.
Decency to 300 young people.
May I? The first batch of wedding invitations. The top 5, I think, should go airmail to Major Kirby's relative.
Maybe they've worked out the bugs. Maybe this is a different batch.
Yeah.
You're off it right now, aren't you?
Trouble at all. Well, since you made the trip, you can take that batch over there.
Sure thing, Mrs. Mitchell.
Come in, please. I found an anomaly in the most recent batch of test data.
What kind of anomaly?
It's a nearby...
Look, I got you the first batch when I said, and I was ahead on the dozen. You know, these things take time.
Time is what I haven't got.
No. Tell him I'm busy. When did you start this batch?
Just before we went to dinner. It's Mrs. Hamilton's.
No polymerization.
So, let's mix up a batch. Everybody take your 75 milliliter beaker.
Fuck me. And he got lucky because he just knocked up a massive batch. Fucking jackpot.
Vineyards producing Italy's greatest red wines. Barolo, Barbaresco, Barbera, Hanna-Barbera. Suffering fucking...
In truth, yes. However...
How's this batch? Any geniuses I should be on the lookout for?